Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got Crypto Tips back on because we want to discuss all things Cardano staking, yield farming, NFTs. We've got a lot to get through today because I know you guys have been asking about it a lot, especially the Cardano staking. So I thought I'd bring on the experts to talk about Cardano staking. Crypto Tips, Heidi and Toby, thanks again for joining me on the channel. How are
Yeah, thanks for having us, Jason.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Good
Doing
to
great.
hear from you.
you? Good. Been
Yeah.
catching any big waves lately? Or is it starting to
Yes.
die out? Yes?
Yes, it's always big here. Like the waves are usually about
That's what she said.
10 meters. Yeah, she's always saying something, isn't she? Yeah, I mean, come on.
She talks a lot.
She talks a lot. Yeah.
All right, always
So
big
yeah, it's
there.
been pretty good.
Good.
It's almost as
Good,
high
good.
as Cardano.
That's true. That's huge monster 70
Yeah.
footers. All right. In
Yeah,
Portugal.
pretty much.
I'll just mention to the guys,
location.
if they don't remember, we had both of you on about a month ago to talk about crypto taxes through the US and traveling overseas or moving overseas, repatriating to reduce your taxes. So if you guys are interested in learning more about your taxes, check out that video on the channel too. All right, so let's start with Cardano staking. Do you want to just take us through like a bit of a beginner's guide, where to find it, how to start, just the easy things, and then we'll get on to the more, I guess, difficult things, if there are difficult things when it comes to Cardano staking?
Yeah, I think, well, in my opinion, if you want to learn about something, the best thing to do is go to the source. So you can go to Cardano's official website, and they actually have a really helpful FAQ section, obviously answering the most frequently asked questions about staking, how it works, the security of it, what you're expected to earn, and things like this. And really, I think what I'm actually coming across in a more general aspect of staking and DeFi and lending is that the word staking is kind of being the general term for it, when really it's not. There, like, you can't technically stake Bitcoin, for example, but a lot of people are asking how to do that. What's really important to understand is these platforms like Cardano are proof of stake. They were designed specifically to allow people to earn an income by basically storing their coins in a specific kind of way that benefits the network. And with Bitcoin, it wasn't designed like that. So basically, if you want to earn more of a passive income with Bitcoin, in addition to just seeing a price depreciation, what you're doing with Bitcoin is you're actually lending it. And that requires often a third party that we're seeing on exchanges, basically, or platforms like BlockFi or Celsius. And these platforms all require you basically to give that platform complete ownership of your coins. The beauty of proof of stake and staking coins like Cardano is that you can earn a passive income and still keep 100% ownership over your coins. And there's actually really easy ways to do this in a secure fashion as well. Whenever you can implement the use of a hardware wallet, I think is a great layer of security that you can add to this process. But so for Cardano, there's 3 wallets that I know of that you can stake from. Adalite is actually a website wallet, similar to kind of like my Ether wallet, if you're familiar with that. Also, they have the Yoroi, which is a web browser extension. It works on Chrome and Firefox, I believe, maybe Brave, but to my understanding, for sure, it's on Chrome and Firefox. So for me, I would opt to use Firefox over those if that's my choice, just for privacy and security reasons. And I did a video actually talking a little bit about MetaMask and some of the downfalls and maybe some privacy issues that not a lot of people are aware of that comes with MetaMask. And if you're going to compare that to Yoroi, there's actually not this like explicit privacy policy where they're saying like, you know, we're going to be collecting your data. So in my opinion, it's better than MetaMask. Who knows how it's going to develop in the future. But again, Yoroi and Adalite, you can match those with a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor, which is great. And also, of course, there's a Daedalus wallet, which is an application wallet that you run locally on your computer. And again, you can match that with a hardware wallet as well. Most of the, like, what you can expect to get from staking Cardano is like 5, 6, 7%. A lot of it has to do with which staking pool you choose. What's really cool about Cardano staking as well is it's automatically compounding your interest basically. So the rewards that you get from staking are automatically added back into your staking balance. You don't have to log in and claim it or mess with a bunch of different wallets. It's pretty easy that way.
So I guess the big difference between like staking and dividends, because most people are probably used to dividends. That's kind of what I grew up with. So you're with dividends, you're paid out, usually quarterly, and then you have to have your coins on, or your stocks on a certain brokerage firm, which is a third party, and so you don't actually own those, that stock. I'm so used to saying tokens and stuff now, but now, with staking, I mean, you can get paid out daily. On some coins, you can get paid out within like 5 days for Cardano, and it goes into your wallet and that you control. And so that's kind of like the new wave of the future. I can't see really anybody like even accepting dividends anymore, like the way they do it, just because I think the lack of trust now with what happened with like GameStop and stuff. I see the entire world going on to this.
Yeah.
You really are a crypto maximalist.
Definitely.
Toby is a crypto maximalist. Yeah,
absolutely. I hate the traditional finance system.
Yeah, for sure. But also like talking about Cardano on a more general scale, it was launched as yet another one of those Ethereum killers, which, what we're seeing now, Ethereum is, in my opinion, suffering from the extremely high transaction fees that people are being slapped with. And it's a really big turnoff. So, people are searching out these other options of coins that can do something similar, or at least are cheaper to transact with. And so you had Tron and EOS as well. Both of those, what differentiates those from Cardano is that these are called delegated proof of stake blockchains. They use that type of consensus mechanism. The difference between Cardano and these other Ethereum killers is their consensus mechanism called Tron and EOS. They have a delegated proof of stake, and that to me is, I mean, literally, it puts a direct limit on who can work to validate the network. And actually, you have to be an elected person to do so. So not everyone can run a node. If you want to, you have to be voted in. And when you're looking at, this whole crypto ecosystem, and the strength is coming from its decentralization on how robust it can be, that to me is immediately, obviously, a bottleneck and can definitely be a security issue. In fact, we've seen that play out in EOS a couple of years ago as well. And Polkadot actually is the same. It's called nominated proof of stake, but it's the same concept. And how Cardano is different from that is that it's purely proof of stake. And on top of that, they're using this incentive model that actually incentivizes more decentralization. So if you're choosing a staking pool to delegate your coins to on Cardano, if you're looking for a way to earn a passive income with your ADA, is to choose a staking pool. One thing you need to pay attention to is called the saturation level. And what that is as a staking pool has a lot of coins attributed to it, basically the more powerful it gets, the rewards actually start diminishing. So in that way, it's encouraging people to create more and more staking nodes. And it's actually kind of, for once, encouraging the little guy to come out, and you can be pretty profitable.
Decentralizes it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's instead of there's other proof of stake platforms where generally how proof of stake works is that the more coins that you have as a node, as a staking node, the higher the likelihood you are to be elected to or selected to mine a block and get those block rewards, rather than proof of work where your computers are actively competing with each other and the best computer wins out. With proof of stake, it's based on how much stake you have. So Cardano works like that in a way, but also they're incentivizing decentralization in that, if it gets too powerful or any one node has too much money, then, they're going to start to cut back. So I think that's really interesting. And it's actually completely opposite of what delegated proof of stake is doing as well. So in a time where Ethereum again is like hurting from all this transaction fees, we'll see how relevant these Ethereum killers are. But I think Cardano's got a really interesting take on the solution they're trying to offer.
That's the first time I've heard of that part of the staking, which makes sense. It seems like it's definitely very able to decentralize and continue on and on and on, which is a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see how that develops, because you know it's still really new, and you know when things really begin being built on Cardano as well, we'll see, you know, because it's all just an experiment, right? So
exactly.
We'll see how it goes, but I think that they got a good foundation for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Toby, do you want anything else to that? Because I wanted to just dive into like that was a lot of information for someone new. I know a lot of my viewers love buying Cardano.
As far as like, okay, so I hear like ETH killer, like this is going to be an ETH killer or whatever. I stay far away from that stuff, because I've heard, gosh, since 2015, oh, this thing's going to kill ETH. Oh, this thing's going to kill ETH. Like, no, like you want a competitive marketplace. That's what the whole point of this is, you know? And so like, I hear a lot of like maximalists for Cardano or maximalists for this chain or whatever. It's just like, hey, you know what? The free market's going to choose what they like, and, you know, let the best man win. It's fine.
Yeah. Also, like, crypto isn't a zero-sum game, right? It's not like one coin is going to win them all. In my opinion, any blockchain that is really trying to be interoperable with other blockchains, it is so in sync with this whole concept of this space being open source, free information. People can learn from each other's mistakes and you know, take from your strengths and shut off your weaknesses. So that's why, like, we're also pretty bullish on like platforms like DOT, Ethereum.
A lot of faith in Gavin Woods. Anyways, I think he's done a great job. And, you know, with his DOT and Kusama.
It's incredible how much stuff is being built on DOT now. There's all those extra projects, Poker Starter, Poker, what was another one I was looking at? Some sort of poker insurance, Poker this, Poker that. I think even Reef, the old Reef as well.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a scam or not, but it's getting a lot of traction. So just talking about Cardano staking, I guess for new guys, it seems like, all right, I've got the tokens. Now I need to go and set up a wallet. We've got Yoroi. Is that what it's called? Yoroi?
Yeah.
Yoroi. And then I also need something to work with Yoroi wallet. So using maybe Firefox, or I could get Adalite and have my ledger and then connect the two so that it's like the most secure and I'm earning interest. If I figured out all of like how to do that, then I have to stake, but I have to choose the right pool, which isn't so saturated. So is there an easier way to do all of this?
Actually, yeah, there's
there
first
is?
of all,
wow. All right.
If you go to adalite.io and that's the wallet that you've chosen to use, if you go to the staking option, they actually automatically fill in like the most profitable staking pool that they run. So it's not necessarily from all of the nodes that are participating for Cardano, but it's like of the ones that they do, it's most profitable. Also with Yoroi, I don't know how to pronounce that one.
YOIROI or something like that.
Yeah, they wanted to make it as easy as possible to say.
They really show you, you know, with color coding and pretty much they explain the different aspects of a staking pool. And pretty much you can say like, okay, these are our top 10 most suggested ones based on saturation level, based on the fixed fee or commissions that these staking pools are taking, based on, you know, the average return ROI that you're going to get from it. So those are like, you know, the things you want to pay attention to is, you know, the tax, basically the commission, and, you know, how profitable is that staking node? Are they functioning 24 hours a day, which they should be at 100% uptime, because they have to be functioning to be able to be selected. So it's all those things to balance out, you know, between choosing the best one.
We are involved with seed pools.
Yeah.
So that's one that we've kind of helped.
Oh, that's the name of one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a few. And so I actually did recently a tutorial on how to choose a profitable staking pool for Cardano. And I used that one as the example of looking at the different aspects of a staking pool.
All right. So people will then have to go through and change pools as the rewards move up and down. It's probably only going to be 1% or 2% here and there.
Yeah. And I think it's also a good idea while you're at it, while you're researching, just pick like 5 that, you can switch to. Also, what's important to know about Cardano is that if you stake your coins, you can withdraw them and send them right away. You don't have to like unstake them and wait for a couple weeks, which is the case with a few of these other different coins. So that's really easy. Also, what's really important to understand with staking is that it's not like you're sending the staking pool your coins. Like the staking pool can't do anything with your coins. Basically, all you're doing is assigning the value of your coins towards that pool. So then they can use your value to count towards it. They don't have the authority to spend your coins or do anything with it. So they're really still free for you to move around. And then
also keep in mind that when you do stake your coins, that once the epoch, which is like the amount of time that you get a block, once that comes out, you might not see your coins for about 2 weeks. So don't freak out. When I first started this, I'm like, oh, wait a second, it's been like 2.5 weeks. I haven't gotten anything. And all of a sudden, boom, boom, you see like a lot of coins in your wallet. And it takes time.
So like 2 weeks is generally, and then also if you ever change your
start?
staking pool.
Just to start.
That's to start receiving rewards.
And then the payouts are like every 5 days after that.
Yeah.
All right.
So you get paid, let's say like 5%. And that 5% is not paid out every 5 days, but it's distributed over the year within every 5 days.
So let's say we got 1,000 coins, just for round numbers. It's at 5% per annum. That's going to be 50 coins. And say you might receive, say on average, about 1 a week. You'll receive 1 extra ADA a week for the 1,000 you have staking.
Yeah.
And it's compound. So,
and if you're choosing for it to compound, then the number of coins you'll be getting will grow over time as well.
Yeah. So the first week you get 1,000. So you'll have 1,001. You have 1 coin. So you have 1,001. Next week, it'll be 5% per annum on the 1,001.
Exactly.
And then that's not even counting like what the dollar amount is going up. Yeah. So for instance, we started at, what
3 cents.
It was 3 cents.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys got in big at 3. Yeah.
So, the dollar amount's gone crazy. So,
yeah.
And it's also for people who are looking for a passive income or a way to earn something that they can use to like dollar cost average into a position. Like staking is a really easy way to do so. If you're just going to be holding that coin anyway, I think there's a lot of coins that people don't realize that they can stake and earn that kind of income from.
Because I've always just been of the view just to throw it onto Binance and just earn the rewards because it's so much cheaper, because I'm more looking at trading them, going in and out, and then trying to get more income that way. But I guess for the guys who just want to go all in on ADA or one of these other coins, then it's it's better off to go through this process of getting your wallet, looking after your safety, understanding the staking, and then you're kind of set up for life. I guess a lot of people are trying to go down that path.
I mean, like the thing about like Binance is like the reason why they're doing this is to make it super easy and like really high percentage API is just because they want to be able to vote. They want to steer the market their way. I mean, it's like,
that's the risk actually with those delegated proof of stake coins, is that this incentivization to do it on a centralized exchange, you're actually giving that exchange voting power. And we've seen it play out with Tron Network and Steam, actually. I don't think
all the 2021 people would not know about Steam.
Yeah.
No.
Steam's.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We know, it didn't work for them.
But one thing, I mean, obviously if you're trading in something, that's why you're going to have your coins on the exchange anyway. It makes sense to do it that way. It's super easy. But if you're looking for, absolutely the best income specifically from staking, it might not necessarily be a centralized exchange because they tend to take higher commissions and they might not be the most efficient at running that staking node. I've actually heard that about Tezos, at least on Binance. So something to look out for.
Okay. So yeah, they're the options. The easier route would be to look up the Cardano website.
Yeah. Also, adapools.org is a good website
adapools.org. Okay.
Yeah. To look at all the different staking pools.
So essentially people know how to buy ADA now. If they don't, I've got plenty of links down below for Binance, SwiftX, all that sort of stuff. Now they've got their ADA. Now they want to stake. They go and set it up with a wallet and, well, an Adalite is a web wallet and the Ledger is the hardware wallet so that they can talk to each other. Yep.
Yeah.
And once they've got
Basically,
that,
the hardware wallet is like a 2FA for that.
the two-factor authentication. Okay, yeah, it's like the safety.
Really good 2FA.
And then we go to the website, which is adapools.org or the Cardano website to look up which one has the best saturation level. And then we can stake through there. So do we have to go to a website to stake this? Like where do we stake it?
No, you can go right within that wallet interface of if it's
Adalite, yep.
If it's Daedalus, they have like a staking option. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to fund the wallet and then you're going to choose the wallet that has the coins in it to use that funds to stake. And you can choose however many coins are in that wallet is what will be staked. And then all you need to do is find the pool ID, which is like the address of that specific staking pool. Just copy, paste it in, make sure it's actually what you're copying and pasting in.
You have the tutorials on your channel. So rather than us trying to figure it out here, you got the full tutorial on your channel.
Yeah. And I also go over, like the security concerns of those different wallets, of specifically Adalite and Yoroi as well, just what to be aware of and best practices for those two. If you're going to be storing it yourself, you might as well do it as best you can. So
excellent. Oh, that's good. At least they can go over there. So if people want crypto tips, links down below. I'll leave your crypto tips thing down there. So check it out. Full tutorials over there for that. We might talk about yield farming on another video because I know you got more tutorials on that. But let's just do a quick run through of NFTs. And then we'll wrap up for today. NFTs, what do we know? What do we do? How do we make money?
I think they're a really cool development in crypto. And I think they've been a long time coming. I mean, CryptoKitties came out in 2017, which was like, no one knew what that was going to turn into. But actually like an early implementation of blockchain that the general world was getting excited about was this whole supply chain thing of the ensuring maybe the authenticity of the product or the supply chain of how products are going from where to where. So it's like bringing honesty to industries that often didn't have that backbone. And so that's what NFTs kind of are. They're called non-fungible tokens. So unlike Bitcoin, or like a lot of these other fungible tokens, where one coin is equal to another, not like one specific Bitcoin isn't suddenly going to be much more valuable than another Bitcoin. You can switch them out very easily. Non-fungible tokens means that they are assigned to a very specific thing. They are not interchangeable, like trading cards or pieces of art or things like this.
Real estate.
Yeah. And actually what's interesting is like, that's a really cool way to bring, ownership of real world things onto a blockchain, but we're not there yet. There's actually very few implementations of like real world hard asset things represented by NFTs. But that would be great when that comes around. And I know that it will. But also it's like this whole digital world, right? Like the internet, Napster came out and suddenly music artists are like not earning the money that they would if it was just on selling CDs or whatever, albums. It was cool for the end user where you can get all this free music or whatever, but it wasn't really conducive for the person creating it. And I think that, it's kind of suffered in a way, this whole digital space of, if you have a photo online, if you're a photographer, you have to be careful what you publish online because then it's out there forever. And what NFTs do, what NFTs do is really cool. They actually guarantee ownership over a specific item, and they guarantee the fact that it's an original. It hasn't been duplicated or faked or anything. And what's also really cool is that as the creator of an NFT, you can choose, you can design it however you want, basically, but you can choose to be paid each time that specific NFT has been traded. So if it appreciates in price or if it's traded, you can earn between like 2% to 10% of each time it's traded.
Yeah.
So that's like residual income. So it's kind of like you're the tax man, except it's something that you actually created, and
Exactly.
it's like, you know, doing good for people.
And you're taking out the middleman as well. So
yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
huge.
perfect.
You create a song and you just put on 0.1%, and you know it goes wild.
Yeah.
It's huge money. There's a lot of stuff coming for NFTs, but at the moment it's really hypey, and you could get burnt very badly. But I think we should go into this in more detail in a future video when we get a little bit more.
Sure.
We know which ones and this, that, you know, like we can start to put it all together, see if we can make some cash from it. But right now it's got a real use case in the world, but it's just like, hey, it's still very experimental.
So that's going to bring the whole world into this, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's going to open up a lot of people. They're going to start piecing together how crypto is really disrupting industries and really reinventing how money can work for us, and like how you can get a passive income in so many different ways. And whenever I think about that concept, I'm always brought back to Andreas Antonopoulos. He had a great talk where he talked about the concept of streaming money. And that's what it's going to be like with crypto. And it's borderless, it's digital, it's immutable, it's disruptive. And we're going to be streaming money, just like how you guys are streaming this interview. You didn't have to download it. You just clicked on a link. Just by interacting online, you're going to be earning money. And
that's why Bill Gates hates it so much.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think a lot of my viewers aren't a fan of Bill Gates either. So that's it's not a bad thing here. But I reckon that's a good place to end up, because it gives us something else to talk about for the next one. We've already gone for like half an hour here. I think we've got so much to go. We have so much to talk about.
I don't know if I can talk that long. Crap. Okay.
Yeah, no, we definitely can. So I'll mention to the guys, look, we got into just the beginnings of NFTs. We haven't really figured out a really great way to make money from them, but they look like they have a huge purpose here. And it's just a matter of figuring that one out, which is what we plan to do. Cardano Staking, thank you very much for filling us in, you know, A to Z on that. I'll call it Z for you guys and for my daughter, or Z for us here. You get the joke. Yeah.
That's all right.
Anyway, A to Z on the Cardano. And if you guys want to know more about the staking, head over to Crypto Tips. I'll put a link in the description for your channel. Thank you very much, guys. If you liked it, leave us know, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll catch you over, and we'll do a video on your channel right now. So if you guys want to check out some more technical analysis, head on over and you can see me over there. So thanks once again.
See you, guys.
No worries.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Ciao.